No matter how impactful your purpose is, or how grandiose your vision is, a dream would remain a dream if you don't carry out the proper actions. Now, have you ever wondered why certain people tend to manifest their goals and dreams into reality a lot more faster and quicker as compared to the rest? Well, the thing is, most people struggle through their manifestations and goals and dreams because they don't understand how their mind works. Well, we've pretty much covered all the segment about identity shifting, from the being to doing and the having, all of the components, the paradigms, we've discussed it separately. Now, in today's video, we will learn the whole pathway by linking all of them up to create a pathway to success. And in order for you to follow this pathway to success, you need to do all the necessary steps to achieve the success. Ready? Let's begin. As you can see here, there is a timeline which I've drawn, and you can call this timeline a pathway to success. This is a proven strategy or a formula that has worked for many people, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s of people. Okay, now this pathway is actually showing two stick figures on one end. You can see the front end here is stating current with a blue stick figure with a sad face, obviously experiencing the current reality of not having their goals, their dreams, their purpose, their vision established. Now, on the other end is success, and you can see this stick figure jumping out saying yes, right? So, in between is the gap that we need to fill up in order for us to reach the other end, isn't it? So, you could see there are three paradigms which we've actually talked about: the having paradigm, being paradigm, and the doing paradigm, right? So all of this, I've actually discussed it in separate videos, right? If you want to know it in detail, go and revisit the respective videos, okay? But let's look at the timeline that we need to observe at the first stage. The first stage, you could see, is all about establishing your vision, your purpose, your goal. It's all about knowing what is it that you want. Then finding out what is your reason. Why do you want it so badly? There is an underlying reason, and you need to know what is it. Okay, if you have a strong enough why, it would effectively manifest no matter what. Make sense? Even if you failed so many times and you made so many mistakes in life, you will still go after it one way or another. Okay, it's all about finding out what's your why. Then you move on to uncovering your values, because once you know your values, you know what lights you up, and then you can strategically link up all the necessary actions that could give you what you value. Basically, we can tie them up in a very psychological manner where you would subconsciously perform action steps. Once you understand what your values are, you will know yourself a lot deeper. Now, then we go into future belonging. Future belonging is simply having this vivid imagination of what this future might be. And then you can even have this conversation with your future self, your higher self, and draw inspiration from this higher self. Let this higher self guide you and teach you from this visualization process. Now, we touch on gaining clarity as well. Gaining clarity is all about trying to understand, is this truly what you want? Is this purpose, this vision, or this dream of yours truly what you want? Right? If you truly know what you want, there is no resistance, there can never be any confusion, there can never be any conflict. You see? So you need to be very clear on what is it that you truly want. Once you get very clear on what you truly want, then we can move on. Once we move on, we can go into the being paradigm. In the being paradigm, this is where we discuss that we need to craft ourselves and shift our identity to this state of being in order for us to best align with what we want to have. Make sense? So once we cleared out the having paradigm and that we've gotten clear what is it that we truly want to have, then we move on to the next paradigm, which is the being paradigm. In the being paradigm, on the first stage, we would talk about goal setting. Now, a lot of people, they don't achieve their goals, not because they do not know how, but it's because they have not set it in a way whereby they can see it clearly. Now, remember the story about Florence Chadwick, the ocean swimmer? The reason why she was not able to reach her goal is because she was covered by all the thick fog, and that's why she gave up. So in order for us to not give up, we need to first get clear on our goals by laying it out very obviously for us. Okay? The next step is a creative visualization for manifestation, where we actually take our goal, that what we truly want, and already throw it into the future and see it manifest right before us. And all this results in the energy shift internally. Okay, once we throw it into the future, we see it effectively manifest, then we will also be inspired to take action. This is a very powerful process that is used by a lot of Olympians to help them achieve their Olympic medals. Make sense? The next step here is intention setting. Famous quote by Jim Rohn. He once mentioned that you never start your day off until you end it off. So what he actually meant by that is you don't get out of bed until you have already vividly imagined how the day is going to turn out to be and what your intention will be. So we would learn the right way of setting intention so that it would start your day off every day in a much more effective manner. Okay? The next step here is learning to take ownership. So this is a vulnerability process where you need to look in yourself and actually start taking responsibility and start seeing what is it that is holding you back from achieving your goals. Who is it and what are you doing to hold you back? Okay? Now, the next step here is starting to align all your values. You see, all those values that you have already uncovered, we would start aligning your values to all your action steps. Okay? Then, moving on, we would start doing the inner work process. This is the very fun part, okay, where we would do some shadow works and we would also clear out some values conflict. What you thought that by doing would give you least amount of value is actually inverse. Okay, we would try to reverse engineer your values so that it associates with the new action step that you're trying to complete. Okay, then we move on to clearing of trapped emotions. So all the unwanted, suppressed or repressed emotions or even traumas, we would clear it off there. The next step here is resource anchoring. And resource anchoring is simply we linking a physiological response together with a emotional response at its peak intensity. And once we link it up, once you are feeling low resource or you're feeling sad, depressed, angry, and not at your best moments, this is where you can effectively fire off your resource anchor, and then you will find yourself going into peak emotional states again. That's where it's a very, very powerful process to help you achieve your goals in life. The next step here is going into the doing paradigm. And once we go into the doing paradigm, though you may see that it's actually quite a small segment, but it's actually not a small segment. Some people can take the longest time for them to achieve success, but the doing segment is actually the longest amount of time used. Okay, some people might want it short, so they put in enormous amount of efforts to have it manifested. Okay, so this really depends on the individual, how hard or how badly they want it. Okay, now in the doing paradigm, we would discuss about the goal planning, the implementing, and the development of all your goals and your action steps. So this is why we will talk about prioritizations, chunking, time management, all of these tools. Okay, and we will also learn how to keep track of our progress so that we can constantly refine our action steps. Okay, so all of this would keep us on track to achieving success. Make sense? Now you could see this red part below is actually showing a progressive action steps starting from the being paradigm all the way to the doing paradigm. This simply means that as you are learning about your being and learning about your doing paradigm, you are already doing some tiny action steps, like perhaps 3 action steps a week. And all of these progressive action steps would help you refine your action steps that would solidify it into concrete success. Okay, if not, you do not know what is it that is working and what is it that is not working. So this is all about fine-tuning. Okay, you might be looking at this whole diagram right now and be wondering, wait a minute, this is too complicated, Garrett. How am I gonna do it all by myself? Now, I have a good news for you. Okay, if you are truly serious about creating change in your life, wanting to manifest your goals, your dreams, your manifestations, your results, your vision, your purpose all into actual reality, then you need to take this very seriously. No longer going to go back and forth, wasting time, wasting money, wasting energy, doing your own research, watching other people's videos, mixing and matching other people's stuff here and there, and still not getting anywhere. Okay, I have a framework that I've actually shown you here, and it is all covered in an 8-week coaching program. Okay, so this 8-week coaching program, you would learn all of this, and you would be able to use it on any goals in your life, and you only need to do it once. So if you are interested, please drop a DM, let me know that you're interested, and then we would arrange for a purpose alignment session so that we would see whether we would be a good fit to work together. Now, you can also alternatively drop interested in the comment section, and then I will reach out to you. Okay, with that, much love and light to you.